Ben, I want to talk to you today about cinemas. Right? Cinemas and the general cinema going experience. So we both have memberships to Cineworld.
Yeah.
So we pay a certain amount and we can go unlimited amounts of time.
So for those of you unaware, Cineworld is a chain of cinemas in the UK. We pay monthly and we go as much as we want that month.
So, we like to go to cinema together when we can fit it in.
Yeah.
Now, there are two things I don't like about cinemas. Right. So, first of all, cinema food, right? And I know I've probably mentioned this to you before.
What's the deal with airplane food?
But seriously, right? Like, nachos are not proper cinema food. They fucking stink to the extent that I can taste them when somebody else is eating them within kind of a 100-meter vicinity in the cinema. 100 meters.
Fucking big screens in there.
So what's your thoughts on cinema food, first of all?
I don't get the popcorn. Popcorn's nasty.
Well, it's just a bit... Well, I think the whole thing is it makes your mouth dry, so then you spend more money on drinks.
I don't know about that, but I can only assume the reason they have it is that an average film is 2 hours, so... You need a food that will last the whole time. You can't have anything hot, it'll go cold. You can't have anything frozen, it'll go warm. So you've got to have something
Who's eating like fucking frozen fries or something?
Ice cream, you massive
Oh, yeah.
What's wrong with you?
I forgot you can get ice cream in
There's a
cinemas.
Ben and Jerry's counter right there. Or
Yeah.
Baskin Robbins now.
Yeah, Baskin Robbins, that's it.
That's weird. And yeah.
Fucking frozen peas.
You throw it back, I'll throw it back at you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you need something lukewarm, like popcorn. It starts warm, but it gets cold and it's fine to eat still. And it's not nice enough that you're going to eat it all at once, like sweets or something. Plus, you can't really get sick off of loads of it. You can just sort of graze on it.
Yeah.
It's just bland enough that you could eat it for 2 hours and not really realise.
Biscuits, the new popcorn. No, but I'm talking about more about the hot food, like the nachos, the hot dogs. Like, do you think that belongs in a cinema?
I don't get it, because for me, the cinema is you either have a meal, you go to a cinema, or you go and see the film,
And then you go for a meal.
You have the meal on your way back, like
Yeah.
you get a takeaway or fast food or whatever. You don't have the meal during the film. You don't get like a hot dog and nachos.
Yeah,
You
I
say,
think
that's it.
that's a whole level of crazy for me. Right, and then my other issue with cinemas.
Yeah.
And now I think this has changed. But I don't know. I
back,
got no way of
back in
proving
my
it.
day, there was one film on, and if you didn't want to see it, they forced you to. That's why Gone with the Wind made so much money.
No, what I was going to say is, cinemas used to be a lot darker than they are now. I'm sure of it. Like, when I'm watching a film, I don't want to be able to see, like, every intricate detail on a fucking audience member. I want to just be in a dark room with a massive screen. And now they've got these spotlights up in the ceilings. Which I know they were always there, but I think they leave them on throughout the film.
Yeah, I think that's a health and safety thing.
But have you noticed it? Did films used to be darker?
Well, it's hard to say because this is a little background on me. About 4 years ago, I had a surgery similar to what he had in Riddick, and it made it so I can almost see in the dark. So nowhere is as dark for me as it used to be.
It's so annoying when I want to get into the film and I want to close out all of my surroundings, and yet it's just full of these ugly people.
I don't mind the people so much, it's the phones. You get that git who's either in front of you or next to you looking at their phone. I had it the other day when I went to film. There's this woman, middle-aged, on her own, already very strange if you ask me. And she got her phone out. You know that card that comes up at the start of the film giving you the rating, and it's telling you, it's like, no more trailers, film is starting.
It's always signed off by Patrick Swayze or something like that.
Yeah. And that's often when they properly dim the lights or not quite enough for you.
Yeah, not enough.
At that moment, she took her phone out.
What?
Yeah. I looked at her. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I might kill you.
That's outrageous.
And then she was texting her daughter. I read everything, right? Because I was at the point where, like, she read the text. It was 3 lines, right? and I think it was some sort of BlackBerry. It wasn't. This wasn't like a iPad 6 where a line is this long. It was 3 standard size lines, the sort of thing that would take 10 seconds to read. Then she ummed and ahed over it for a further 10 seconds before contemplating a reply. I was this fucking close to just reaching over and just throwing her phone.
I would have.
The only reason I didn't was because it was quite a long film, and I knew I'd be sat next to her for all of it.
Thing is, I get using when you get into the screen and you're waiting for even before the trailers start, you get your phone out.
Oh yeah, that's
check
fine.
stuff. But when you get to that point, that's kind of the point of no return. You put your phone away by that point. The trailers are over. You're getting ready for the film. People don't want. It's bright enough in the cinema that fucking is. We don't need phone light polluting it as well.
It was one of the most egregious experiences I've ever had. I had to call Fraser and find a word to use. Egregious.
Well, that's why. Well, that's 2 of my issues about cinemas. I still love them, but
yeah, the lighting thing, that's not so much of an issue for me. It does depend on the film. You might have an issue where, because 3D films have to be brighter anyway, that might be causing it.
I don't see 3D films.
You got eye problems? What?
I just
never pay for the glasses. I buy the 3D ticket, but not the glasses.
Exactly.
But the food thing, yeah, I'd love to see better food. I want what I want proper food is what I want. If I'm gonna have food, I want a whole pizza is what I really want in a cinema. Yeah. But then it's too dark to eat anyway, so you need something you can just reach your hand in a box and eat, shove it in your face and consume.